On the news tonight, Governor Soludo urges citizens to imbibe the virtues of love, peace as Christians commemorate Easter Festival. Anambra Police Command strengthens security across the state ahead of Easter celebration. Scores die as Fulani Hausa clash in Sokoto. Ukraine to export electricity again after months of Russian attack. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and glad to have you join us on the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, CFR, has called on Anambra and Nigerians to use the period of Easter to show love and affection to one another. The governor, who made a call in his message to mark the 2023 Easter celebration, noted that the significance of the Easter celebration calls for self-introspection and a renewed commitment to enthroning a better society where love, tolerance, forgiveness, peace, and unity will continue to reign. He reiterated that Easter is an important event in Christendom, quoting that by his death, Christ offered himself as a sacrificial lamb for the sins of the world, and by his resurrection, he redeemed mankind and strengthened our faith in everlasting life. While noting that it is a season of discipline and sacrifice, the governor urged the people to celebrate with modesty and to remember the less privileged among them. Governor Soludo, therefore, urged the people to imbibe the virtues of forbearance, forgiveness, kindness, humility, love, peace, and patience, as demonstrated by Jesus Christ in offering himself for crucifixion. He further enjoined the people to share love and joy during this period and beyond, and also solicited support from Anambra towards actualizing the lofty vision of building a livable and prosperous homeland for all. On behalf of his family and the government of Anambra State, the governor wishes all a happy Easter. The Anglican Bishop of Agwata Diocese, Right Reverend Samuel Ezofor, says without the resurrection of Jesus Christ, Christian teachings will be empty. In his Easter message delivered at the Chapel of Grace Bishop's Court, Ekulobia, in Agwata local government area, Bishop Ezofor maintains that resurrection of Jesus Christ is the hope of the believer. We have the report.
He charged Christians to understand what their hope for the resurrection of Jesus Christ is made of and built upon. Right Reverend Ezofor cautioned the faithful against making Easter lose its concept and meaning, adding that the power of resurrection had delivered man from his sin and iniquities. The Anglican Bishop of Agwata Diocese said that the resurrection of Jesus Christ has made him the first fruit to succeed in life, saying that other fruits that believe and trust in him must succeed in all their endeavors. Bishop Ezofor maintained that resurrection of the means is the means of redemption and the climax of the mission of Jesus Christ on earth. He urged Nigerians to accept Jesus Christ as the Lord and personal Savior to succeed in all they do. Bishop Ezofor charged those in authority to emulate the humility of Jesus Christ in service delivery, reminding them of the need to use their positions in touching lives. He cautioned the period against masquerading and overeating and drinking during Easter and other Christian festivals, charging them to always use such period in building bridges of trust and through reconciliation.
It is the power of resurrection that gave impetus and potency to the work of his creation, work of his crucifixion. Resurrection is the means of redemption. The risen Christ gives us hope. If you come to him today, he will cause you to be saved. He will rescue you from sin. He will redeem you. He will reconcile you to God.
To avoid overdependency on limited white-collar jobs in the country and to be self-reliant in the present economic situation, the Nigerian Universities of Accounting Students, NUASA, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, in conjunction with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Awka District and Society, have held a one-day conference for the students to curb the trends. The conference, with the theme Financial Literacy and Empowerment, a critical factor in wealth creation, was held at the university's auditorium in Awka. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports.
The conference was aimed to educate the students on the importance of financial literacy and the key skills required to survive in this hard time where white-collar jobs are limited, and create a sustainable environment where everyone can grow and thrive. Speaking at the event, the head accountancy department, Dr. Chitom John Akamelo, urged the students maximize the opportunities the conference availed them so as to be productive even after graduation and therefore become good ambassadors of the university. Dr. John Akamelo adjured the students to take their studies seriously, even as she announced several endowment prizes that will be given to best graduating students from level 100 to 400.
You have to endowment for grants for best graduating. So I want to announce it here. It's never late. You can still make it.
The NWASA president, Comrade Ifeanyi Ananwude, said financial literacy is a crucial factor in achieving financial stability and wealth creation, adding that the conference is targeted at making the students financially stable after they graduated.
The main thing is that we hosted this program for students just to understand that it's not all about getting degree, although getting degree is very important. But as a student, you need to add some relevant skills that will make you to be relevant in society.
Chairman on the occasion, Professor Augustine Odum, and Vice Chairman ICANN, Oka District and Society, Mr. Emmanuel Muodozie, described the conference theme as apt, especially now that Nigeria continues to grapple with economic challenges.
The theme of this conference is very apt in the sense that you cannot successfully create wealth without being financially literate.
Some of the speakers, including the President, Student Union Government of the University, Comrade Charles Ijoma, and Barrister Shekube Ezekwike, outlined 4 pillars for financial stability and wealth creation, urging the students to acquire more skills for them to thrive even in the harsh economic situation and posterity. The conference was capped with the presentation of awards to those who have contributed to the growth and development of the department, cultural dance, as well as the launching of the departmental magazine. Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
The Commissioner of Police, Anambra State Command, CP Echeng Echeng, has tasked Christians nationwide and the good people of the state to emulate and adopt the selfless lifestyle of Christ as they join other Christians around the globe to celebrate Easter. The remembrance of the victorious death and resurrection of Jesus Christ is the price for the redemption of mankind. In a release signed by the 1st PPRO Ikenga Tochukwu, the CP sues for peaceful coexistence among Nigerians irrespective of their religion, political, and social-cultural leaning in consonance with the principles and teachings of Christ. Given the advice, the release disclosed that the area commanders, heads of tactical units, and divisional police officers, DPOs, have intensified routine patrols and improved operational positioning to protect vulnerable points within their jurisdictions, including major highways, places of worship, residential areas, recreation centers, motor parks, financial institutions, government and private infrastructures, and all places of public sector resort. It further maintained that they are also directed to ensure that their officers and men conduct themselves professionally in line with extant laws and standard best practices before, during, and after this celebration. It said that the command is also collaborating with other sister security agencies and stakeholders within the state to provide adequate security and safety in this regard. The Commissioner of Police, while wishing the Anambra a happy, fruitful, and hate-free Easter celebration, enjoins them to be security conscious and continue to provide the police with useful information that will assist in effectively tracking down criminal elements in our society. It further encouraged the citizens to request any security services by calling the command control room number on 07039194332. Christians have been called to be reflective and reconcile themselves with God as St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Parish, Oka, joins other Christians all over the world to mark the Good Friday with passion drama. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukode tells us more.
it was an emotionally laden atmosphere as youths of St. Thomas Aquinas Parish, Oka, acted the Passion of Christ, which chronicles the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ, ending his earthly ministry. The drama started with Jesus Christ communing with his disciples and telling them about his betrayal and what is to come. The vicar of the parish, Reverend Father Clement Igwebe, who led the Station of the Cross alongside the Passion drama, noted that it sounds contradictory to call the day Good Friday, but the salvation brought to Christianity through Jesus Christ's suffering and death made it so, calling on Christians to always make sacrifices as Jesus Christ exemplified.
Jesus said, "What greater love than this, for a man to lay down his life for his friends?" So I call on Christians to also to learn to make sacrifice. It's all about sacrifice. Sacrifice born for the love of Christ.
The Commissioner for Housing, Mr. Paulinus Onyeka, who also attended the event, remarked that the day calls for sober reflection on the way Christians live their lives, on the sacrifice and salvation Jesus Christ brought for the world.
It's a kind of a time for life retreat, for you to know of what you've been doing, how to cut off from things that you know that are not good, and then to choose a better path for your life and for your salvation.
Another parishioner, Lady Uju Ifediba, said Good Friday and the Lenten season remind and help Christians to always retrace their steps while examining their lives in all they do, to faithfully follow Christ, knowing that death awaits all mortals, and to be conscious not to fall into sin. One of the drama participants, Miss Chidera Ifediba, said playing a role in the drama is most humbling and happy to tell the story of Christ's passion, and also use the opportunity to call on Christians to use the opportunity of Lent to reconcile themselves with God and everyone around them and make efforts to live righteously. The drama climaxed with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ on the cross, together with two robbers, and his eventual death, on which Christians await his resurrection on Easter Sunday. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
In the Gwagwalada local government area of Sokoto State, a violent clash between Hausa and Fulani residents has reportedly resulted in the loss of lives. According to Aminu Bello, a resident of the area, the crisis began when Hausa locals attempted to rescue the members who were allegedly kidnapped by Fulani in the community. Bello disclosed that the conflict stemmed from the consistent harassment that Hausa locals had endured from the Fulanese. The exchange of fire between the two communities resulted in casualties, including security agents deployed to restore law and order. Bello confirmed that the Fulani had captured and killed an old man, which provoked them to prepare for an attack. The military was already deployed when the Fulani attacked, and the soldier was killed in the exchange of fire. On the Fulani side, casualties were also recorded, with one victim hospitalized as a result of the shooting. The House of Assembly member-elect for Oyi State constituency, Sir Innocent Ojike, has laid the foundation for the commencement of the fencing of Igwedo Central School, Okozo, Oyi local government area. The foundation laying ceremony, which is the first of its kind in the area, initiated by a newly elected lawmaker, attracted major stakeholders from the zone. Dimane Gwangu was there and now reports.
In his address during the event held at Igwedo Central School compound, Okozo, Sir Ojike said he embarked on the project in fulfillment of his campaign promise to the people of Okozo. He thanked the people of Oyi Council area for the overwhelming support they gave him during the election. Sir Ojike reiterated his determination to deliver to the 5 communities of his constituency whatever is due to them, and requested that Oyi Indizin should rally round him, promising to run an open-door policy. The incoming legislator recollected how an indigene of Okozo drew his attention to the deplorable condition of the primary school, assuring that the fencing of the school will take 30 days, saying that he now officially handed over the work plan to the contractor.
Everybody around me, both moral support and otherwise, so that I make it to thereby
In his speech, the traditional ruler of Okozo, Igwe Charles Anekwenze, commended the lawmaker for fulfilling his promise to the people of Okozo, adding that the project will make an indelible impression in the memories of the peoples. Also speaking, the transition chairman of the council area, Chief Imanweke, who described the legislator as an exceptional politician who has the capacity of giving Oyi people good representation, and thanked him for complementing government efforts in the education sector.
Oh, an exceptional lawmaker. And I think we've started seeing that.
In his contribution, the President General of Okozo Town Union Government, Chief Dr. Ejike Ogwebunam, said, for the first time in the history of Oyi politics, a newly elected House member, without waiting for his inauguration, has started providing members of his constituency the dividend of democracy and service to his people. The headmistress of Igwedo Central School, Okozo, Mrs. Virginia Ejerson, said, due to the closeness of the school to a major road, undesirable elements on many occasions invaded the school, and the lives of the peoples were under constant threat, and thanked the lawmaker for coming to their rescue. In his remark, the parish priest of St. Raphael's Catholic Church, Okozo, Reverend Father Nicholas Alefuna, enjoined Saojike after his inauguration to ensure that the House passes a law on waste management and its disposal to improve and augment the present sanitation exercise embarked upon by Soludo administration. The pupils of Igwedo Primary School later prayed for their benefactor, Saojike.
An Italian man has died and 5 other British and Italian tourists have been injured in an attack in the Israeli coastal city of Tel Aviv. The latest episode of violence in several days of rising tensions sparked fears of a broader conflagration in the region. Israel's rescue service said on Friday night that the 30-year-old Italian died from a gunshot wound. Israeli police said a car had been driven into people near the beach and that the driver had been shot and killed. Reports say that the assailant was an Arab citizen of Israel from the northern town of Kafr Qasim. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a statement, ordered the mobilization of police and army reserves after the incident. There was an incident of falling trees on the 17th during the second round of the 2023 Masters Tournament in Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia. Scared spectators at the Masters escaped without injury after 3 tall pine trees fell near them on Friday at the 2023 Masters Tournament at Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia. The incident took place near the 17th tee shortly before the second round play was stopped due to stormy weather. The trees crashed to the ground near spectators, but organizers said that there had been no injuries. Shortly after the trees fell, organizers announced that play was halted and spectators were evacuated from the Augusta National Course, which was being hit with the gustling winds. And remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points before we go. Governor Soludo has urged citizens to imbibe the virtues of love, peace, as Christians commemorate Easter Festival. Anambra Police Commander strengthened security across the state ahead of the Easter celebration. Scores dead as Fulani-Hausa clash in Sokoto. Ukraine to export electricity again after months of Russian attack. And before we go, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that was it on the news tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Good night and stay blessed.
Why junction drop?
Enter 2000.
Hey, wahala. Keke, I don't see where you carry me go London or now. Why junction here?
2000 naira because this is where I get my tax money from.
I don't. Which one be tax? Who they pay tax?
I used to pay state government tax every month.
Hey.
You know they pay tax.
Wetin be tax, I beg?
Well, I used to pay state government tax every month. This money they pay me now, I used to come out. I will come out my tax money from because that tax what would they pay. Now that money government they use, they develop our state so that our state will be like another state. I enter 15, let's go because the government has reduced our money to 10,000 naira. Enter, let's go 15.